World War II ended on August 15, 1945, when Emperor Hirohito announced Japan's surrender. But in the dense jungles of Lubang Island in the Philippines, Second Lieutenant Hiroo Onoda never got the memo. What followed was one of history's most extraordinary tales of dedication, survival, and miscommunication that would last nearly 3 decades. Onoda was just 22 years old when he was sent to Lubang Island in December 1944 with orders that would define his life. Conduct guerrilla warfare and never surrender or commit suicide. His commanding officer made it crystal clear they would return for him. So when leaflets announcing Japan's surrender began falling from the sky in 1945, Onoda and his 3 fellow soldiers dismissed them as enemy propaganda. The 4 men retreated deep into the jungle, living off bananas, coconuts, and stolen cattle from local farmers. They built shelters, maintained their weapons, and continued their guerrilla campaign against what they believed were occupying American forces, but were actually Filipino civilians and police. Years passed. Search parties arrived calling their names, but the soldiers were convinced these were traps. Family members came with loudspeakers, pleading for them to come home, but Onoda's group believed these voices were recordings made under duress. Even when they found Japanese newspapers announcing the country's economic miracle, they dismissed it all as elaborate American deception. One by one, Onoda's companions gave up the fight. In 1950, Private Yuichi Akatsu surrendered to Filipino forces. In 1954, Private First Class Shoichi Shimada was killed in a skirmish with local police. By 1972, Onoda was alone except for Corporal Kinshichi Kozuka, who was shot and killed during another encounter with authorities. Now completely alone, the 50-year-old Onoda continued his one-man war. He had survived typhoons, disease, and countless dangers. His uniform was patched and repatched, his rifle meticulously maintained despite the tropical humidity. The end came in 1974 when a young Japanese adventurer named Norio Suzuki decided to find Onoda as part of his quest to discover Lieutenant Onoda, a panda, and the abominable snowman. Incredibly, he succeeded where countless official search parties had failed. But even when confronted by his fellow countrymen, Onoda refused to surrender. He would only accept orders from his superior officer. The Japanese government tracked down Major Yoshimi Taniguchi, who had become a bookseller, and flew him to Lubang Island. On March 9, 1974, Major Taniguchi formally relieved Lieutenant Onoda of his duties. After 29 years, the war was finally over. Onoda emerged from the jungle, still carrying his sword, rifle, and 500 rounds of ammunition. He had killed 30 Filipino civilians and wounded over 100 others during his extended campaign. Returning to a Japan he no longer recognized, Onoda became a celebrity but struggled with modern life. He eventually moved to Brazil to start a cattle ranch, finding peace in a simpler existence. Hiroo Onoda died in 2014 at age 91, a man whose unwavering loyalty became both his greatest strength and his tragic flaw. If you enjoyed this story, hit that subscribe button and follow Empire Echoes for more incredible stories from history that shaped our world. New videos every week. Don't miss out.